What have I not asked you about? What are you interested in talking about to leave us with, Tom? What do you got?
I'll give you this, Rich, because we got 4 teams right now that are 0-3, and they all happen to play each other this week. You got the Broncos going up against the Bears. You got the Panthers against the Vikings. I think that we've talked a lot about the Bears and the Broncos. There's a lot to unpack with those teams. I think that the other interesting game to me is the Panthers and Vikings, because I think that those 2 teams are probably more equipped to actually get out of this rut based on where they are personnel-wise. With Carolina, I'm just going to be looking for, can they just, what Bryce Young, assuming that he gets back on the field with that ankle, can they help him out? Can they help him out with the offensive line, with the play calls, with everything that goes into it? You know, there's a lot of times where they're getting up to the line of scrimmage with 1 second on the play clock, and it looks like a fire drill. You know, just settle in. We know Bryce Young is an unbelievably smart, high-processing individual. He's very instinctive. Just got to, make him feel like he can go out there and play. And then with the Vikings, all I see is debates still about trade Kirk Cousins and blow it up and what do you do? Vikings, I can tell you, are not in that mode right now. Maybe it's different, several weeks down the line, but when you look at these games that they've played so far, Rich, I know I mentioned this on Game Day Morning last week, they are losing fumbles at a historic rate, not just fumbling at a historic rate, but losing fumbles at a historic rate, which, if you believe every analytical study ever done, fumble recovery is pure luck. Usually you're going to get back 50% of those over the course of the season. The Vikings have lost 6 in their first 2 games. That was the most in 20 years. They lost 1 or 2 again last week. If they can sort of smooth some of those things out, you still got Kirk Cousins, who's on record pace. You still got Justin Jefferson, who's on record pace. Jordan Addison's a really good young player. You have TJ Hawkinson. They can settle some things down, should get some help on the offensive line this week. Defensively, they're going to have to figure it out, but they're an offensive type of a football team. If they go in there and put some points up on Carolina, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're able to kind of jumpstart this thing. And we're talking about, can the Vikings make a playoff run, as opposed to when do the Vikings start trading away all their players?
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.